Good afternoon. We will get started here in just a minute. We'll get started in just a minute. Please stay tuned. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the end of our Week 2 Discovery Festival live stream. I hope that you are all well on this beautiful Saturday. It's a little windy, but I hope you're doing okay. My name is Will Tapia, and I'm the Advancement Coordinator for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central New Mexico, and we are so happy that you're here. So I'm going to just real quick mention what Discovery Festival normally is outside of a pandemic. So outside of a pandemic, Discovery Festival is a one-day event held at the Albuquerque Convention Center. We get about 3,000 students from all across Central New Mexico and about 50 plus exhibitors who all do different areas of STEAM. And STEAM, of course, as we all know, is science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. So these are amazing hands-on exhibits from all across these different areas. It's a huge blast. It's a little bit of chaos, but it's the best type of chaos. But unfortunately, this year, due to the novel COVID-19 pandemic that we all find ourselves in, that's why I am broadcasting from home today. And of course, we're unable to have, because of necessary physical distancing guidelines, unable to have this event in person. So we moved and pivoted this whole event totally virtually, and not just one day, but the entire month of November, right up until the Thanksgiving week. So we have about another week and a half of this festival. And we have various exhibitors doing these live streams throughout the entire month. So again, we are so thankful and so happy that you're here. And I want to take a second here to have all these screens open, as we all probably do, I'm sure. But I want to take a minute to recognize some of our sponsors for this festival. What you're seeing and what we're doing here would not be possible without the help of these sponsors, namely our Da Vinci presenting sponsor, which of course is the fantastic Honeywell, who presented yesterday on our live stream, and they're coming up again on Tuesday the 17th. So please be sure to check out Honeywell and their amazing presentations. They've been a community partner of ours for many, many, many years, and they are just fantastic people and do a lot, not only for us as a nonprofit, but for the larger world. So thank you so much, Honeywell, for your sponsorship and your partnership. To Fidelity Investments. Fidelity has also been one of our community sponsors for several years. Fidelity gave several awesome presentations that if you didn't get to watch it live, you can be sure to check out our website, discoveryfestnm.org, and you can view the recordings of their presentations. But Fidelity is always fantastic, and they gave some really awesome advice and help to our students for this Discovery Festival. So thank you, Fidelity, for your curious sponsorship. To our ride sponsors, to Aztec Machine and Repair, based out of beautiful Bloomfield, New Mexico. Thank you, Aztec. And to Air Force Research Laboratories, AFRL. They'll be on the stream this Tuesday as well, talking about satellites. So that's going to be very, very, very cool. AFRL always is a huge hit every single year. And even in this virtual space, they will not disappoint. So thank you so much, Aztec Machine and Repair and AFRL. To our Newton sponsors, the Defense Threat Reduction Agency, DTRA, Micronet Solutions, Sandia National Laboratories, and Presbyterian Hospitals. Thank you so much for your partnership for this event. And okay, I think that's all of my announcements. If anything happens with this stream, I want to mention, if we don't think it will, but if anything crazy happens, if the stream goes down for whatever reason, I don't think it will. But you know, this is technology. So if anything happens, just go right back to our YouTube page, that BVS CNM YouTube page that you're on right now, and you'll be able to get the live stream up and running again. So stay tuned for that. And then also there's a chat function. There's a live chat feature on YouTube, which is very cool. So let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what school you go to, you know, and if you have any questions at any point for our presenters, please post those questions inside that chat and they will answer your questions live on the program. So we're really excited about that. So in that case, let me enter into another window here. Without further ado, I think all the students are tired of hearing me talk. So I'm going to introduce our presenters for today. We have R4 Robotics. R4 Robotics, are you there?
Yes. Hi, how are you guys doing? It's
awesome.
So nice to see you. So yes, we are R4 Robotics. We are a community-based robotics team, and today we are competing in the best robotics competition. So this year's game premise was outbreak. So as you know, COVID has affected us all, but we are here to provide you a robotic solution with nanorobotics. So our team had to create some sort of nanorobot to test, vaccinate, and isolate cells potentially autonomously, which means the robot can do it all by itself. There are many other aspects of it, such as our marketing presentation, engineering notebook, and exhibit booth.
That is awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think about how this can run. I guess I can flip my camera off if you wanted to take it for a few minutes, and I can play the video whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Well, why don't you play the video? So we have created together a pre-show of sorts that will then lead us into our robot driving. We'll start in about 45 minutes-ish. So take it away, Will. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Stay tuned. This is going to be awesome, you guys. I know we had a lot of students asking about robotics all week long, so I think you're going to get a kick out of this. So, all right, stay tuned, everyone. Thanks so much. When we'll get this up here with all of my many screens. Let me just 1 minute here. I have all of my technology, isn't it? 1 moment. Okay. Alrighty. I'm sorry about that. It looks like we don't have sound. Give me just 1 moment here. Let me try this again. One minute and I will get the sound on. Technology, am I right? Okay, let's try this again. Oh, I know why there's no sound. All right, 1 minute here, students. I'm sorry about that. This. Here we go. This is better. Alrighty. We're going to try this. I apologize for that. We're going to do this, and this should have sound. I apologize for all this tech. On that other screen, there's our sound. Okay.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the first ever R4 Robotics pre-show, where we are live streaming you our best robotics competition for this year's theme, Outbreak. I am Kaylee Selecki, and I will be your host.
We will get started here in just a minute. Please stay tuned. I think the internet is it's so classic. I apologize. Here we go.
My name is Kaylee Selecki, and I am here at the first ever R4 pre-show for the best robotics competition, Outbreak. Right now, we are unable to meet at an in-person competition, so we thought we would live stream it. That way we can share this experience with you. Right now, I am here with our coach and mentor, Shelly Greening. Hi coach, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic, Kaylee. This is so exciting.
It is. We've never done anything like this before, so it is a brand new experience, and I think our viewers will like it. Do you?
Absolutely, and might I say, you look amazing this evening for this robotic gala.
You do too. I love your outfit, like Gucci, man. Beautiful. So, can you tell us a bit about the competition?
Sure. Let me tell you, each year Best Robotics puts out a different science-based competition where we have to create a robot. The students create a robot to solve the problem. So it's no surprise that in this year of the pandemic, they decided to make some last-minute changes and turned it into a cell infection-based, as you said, outbreak. Let me read a little bit about it, because honestly, knowing the rules and understanding that is what the team is for. Yes. The coach just encourages everybody to make sure they know. I've got a few game parts here with me, but the premise of the game is that infection within the human body spreads very quickly. Yes. And at the cellular level. And so the team has to build a robot that's going to administer vaccines. Right? Thank you. That word was escaping me. It's such a big word.
It is.
But it's going to administer vaccines, and the vaccines look like this and look like this. We're going to immunize, and these are cells. You don't know which one's infected and which one's not. So there's a whole strategy. Exactly. It relates to the body. I think that one of the things that Best did a really good job of changing this up at the last minute, but it allows our students to really dive deep into what the game is about and the science of the game. And so, as you know, because you're on the team, we've had a lot of guest speakers talking to us about what it is to vaccinate, what it is to help these cells not be infected, and how can robots solve the problem. So we've learned crazy things like robots, nanorobots, the size, smaller, built under a microscope because they're smaller than the thickness of one hair, right? Yeah. How that's impacting our world and how the future generation is going to be able to use those to solve problems.
That is crazy. That is so awesome. awesome and amazing. So are you excited for this year's competition?
I absolutely am. You know, usually competition means we get into a vehicle, load up all of our equipment, and head out of town. What's exciting for us is that we're in town. So we don't, you know, all of our team members, if we socially distance and we've set it up here in this warehouse, right, where there's tons of space, so we can be super safe.
Yes.
That allows all of them to participate in different ways.
That is so awesome and amazing. I am so proud of this year's competition. I hope we'll be able to introduce some more of our team members that we'll be able to understand at a greater level what exactly R4 is doing this year. Other than robotics, R4 does a lot of other things. We also have a for-profit organization called Be Greater Than Average, where we host summer camps. And right now, we are going to cut to a clip where we will teach you how to build the straw rockets from one of our very own teachers and mentors and leaders, Victoria McMillan.
I'm McMillan, and today, I'm in charge of exhibit booth on our robotics team. And today, I'm going to be showing you how to make a straw rocket and its launcher. So first, you're going to need a straw, 1 brad, 3 fins, an eraser, a rubber band, and a popsicle stick, and some tape. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take our straw and our eraser. And to get the eraser to fit on top of the straw, we're going to fold it in half and fold it in half again so it's like this, and then just slide the eraser on. And if you want to make the eraser secure, you can put tape around the eraser. So then what we're going to do next is we're going to rip off 1 piece of tape and just set it to the side, and then you're going to take your brad and fold out both of the legs. And then what you're going to do is you are going to rip your 1 piece of tape in half, take 1 half and stick it on this side, the other half on this side, and stick it on your rocket. And then you're going to take 3 more pieces of tape and just stick them to the side. And then you're going to take 1 of your fins and see the long side. You're going to want to put the tape on the long side, like this. And then stick it on your rocket. And then continue to do that to your other fins. And there's your rocket. So now we are going to make your launcher. So what you're going to do is you're going to take another piece of tape, your popsicle stick, and your eraser, or this isn't an eraser, it's a rubber band. And you're going to stick your rubber band on your popsicle stick like that, and just tape it on. And then make sure this part is secure, because this is your launcher and this needs to be secure. So I'm just gonna stick on another layer. And there you go. You have your launcher. There we go. All right, thank you guys. And we also show you how to make this rocket and a ton of other rockets on our rocket camps, and you can find those on our Be Greater Than Average website. Thank you guys.
Hi, I'm Michael Holst, and I'm President of Business. what we use to launch our rockets. It is an air compressed launcher, so we have our air compressor over here, and it just collects a bunch of air into this chamber, and then we connect it up to our launcher. And when I pull this lever, all the air will flood into this chamber, and on the rocket, in the rocket we have a piece of cardboard at the end, so it stops the air from getting out, which pushes our rocket into the air. So I'm going to do a little demonstration. 3, 2, 1. And on here we have different degrees of measurement, so we can take this out and change the degree that we have, which changes how the rocket goes. Another rocket to demonstrate. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to our pre-show. I am here with two of our engineers, Bridget Selecki and Matt Holtz. So, are you guys excited about this year's competition?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm very excited.
Yeah? Are you feeling confident?
Yes, the confidence level is very high.
Very high confidence. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. So, building a robot, there has to be a lot of safety because you guys are working with a lot of tools, right? So, do you have like a tool safety training? Like, what do you do to stay safe on the job?
Yeah, well, at the beginning, we have,
No, that's all right. So, what do you do to stay safe?
we have
training?
we have the training, and then we have the safety goggles, and if you're using the tool, you have to put on the safety goggles and some gloves to handle the tool, and make sure you turn off the machine and unplug it after you're done.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of things you have to be worried about. So what about COVID? Like, I know COVID is making so many things harder, and we don't want to risk spreading infection. So how do we keep our company and employees safe? After all, this year's competition is all about preventing the spread of viruses. So how do we do that within our own company?
Well, we've had less people working on the robot at a time, and they're at different tables. So they are working on different things. So they are more spaced out.
Yeah, so
And-
there's social distance.
Yes.
Yeah, I know we also are meeting a lot online, over Zoom. Yeah, but how do we build a robot? Like, that seems so crazy to me. I don't even know how to bake a cake. I do actually, but like, it's a lot. There's a lot of work putting into a robot. So how do you go about that?
Yeah, so first of all, when we get new team members, we try and involve them in the process of building the robot so that they can get hands-on. But we also have an engineering design process, which is a 5-step process that helps us to build and test our robot as it goes along. And we also use SolidWorks in that process to help us use less materials. And we also, for our summer camps, we have a ICE process, which is basically like engineering design process but for kids, so it's kid friendly.
Yeah.
But engineering design process is one of our main ways to use the building robot.
That's awesome. So what are the steps of the engineering design process?
So we have identifying the
problem?
Yes, identifying the problem, which is we get sent a request for proposals, and so that tells us what we need to, what problems we have, and what problems we need to fix and help. And then we have determine the design specifics, which is what our robot needs to accomplish. And then
Once you determine the specifics, you choose the best design, right?
yes, and then we have determining the design. No, sorry, I blanked. There's a lot of steps. We have a third step, which is basically just that's where we utilize our SolidWorks, and we have that. And then in our fourth step, we choose the optimal design. So we go build a bunch of cardboard prototypes so that we can not use a material that is valuable. And then we choose the best design. And then our fifth and final step, build and test the optimal design. We start building it, and as it nears completion, we test it to make sure it's an effective device.
Awesome. And this is a multi-process thing. You go through it multiple times. That way you have the best and most reliable product.
Yes.
That's so cool. Well, we are going to cut to a video of the ICE process he just mentioned, which is a kid-friendly version of the engineering design process. So I hope you enjoy that as you learn more about how we build robotics and do that here at R4. I'll see you in a bit.
ICE process. ICE process. Investigate. What's the problem that we need to solve? Innovate. Think about some possible solutions. Collaborate. Talk to your friends. Come up with a plan. Create. Make it. Then put it to the test. Evaluate. Does it work? Probably not the first time. What went wrong? What can we do to make it better next time? Investigate, innovate, collaborate, then create. Evaluate. Did it work? Let's do it all again. ICE process. ICE process. ICE process. ICE process. Investigate. What's the problem that we need to solve? Innovate. Think about some possible solutions. Collaborate. Talk to your friends. Come up with a plan. Create. Make it. Then put it to the test. Evaluate. Does it work? Probably not the first time. What went wrong? What can we do to make it better next time? Investigate. Innovate. Collaborate. Then create. Evaluate. Did it work? Let's do it all again. ICE process. ICE process. ICE process. ICE process. Investigate. What's the problem that we need to solve? Innovate. Think about some possible solutions. Collaborate. Talk to your friends. Come up with a plan. Create. Make it. Then put it to the test. Evaluate. Does it work? Probably not the first time. What went wrong? What can we do to make it better next time? Investigate. Innovate. Collaborate. Then create. Evaluate. Did it work? Let's do it all again. ICE process. ICE process. ICE process. ICE process. Are we stressed? No, because it's all part of the process. ICE process. ICE process. ICE process. ICE process.
Hi, my name is Marcus Morris. I am the leader of the Minecraft committee on our team and also the co-leader of the Research and Development Committee. I am right now here on Minecraft doing our Minecraft COVID Challenge 1. So the goal of this challenge is we need to create a clinic, which right here we have our clinic built. It's made out of It's made out of natural rubber. And we need to build this, and then we also need to create PPE suits or personal protective equipment in order to not accidentally, when we try and cure patients, we don't accidentally get infected ourselves. We also need to try and create testing kits, which are made from salt water and DNA samplers. And we use these testing kits to see if a patient is infected or not. With this, we're able to use syringes, get blood samples, and also to be able to try to create a cure and to cure these patients without it allowing it to spread.
That's awesome, Marcus. Now, if kids wanted to learn more about Minecraft, how could they learn how to do this kind of stuff?
We actually have, that is a very good question. We actually have a 3D, we have a,
You're good.
we have a Minecraft camp in B greater than average, which allows us to teach kids more about Minecraft itself and also be able to download and use mods that are in Minecraft.
So what are mods?
Mods are short for modifications. They allow us to change, there's original Minecraft, but allows us to change and modify how Minecraft works. Even the blocks of our clinic and even this machine right here. This is part of a mod.
That's awesome. Are you excited about the competition?
I am very excited. This is really fun being able to do Minecraft and help cure patients.
That's awesome. Well, good luck, Marcus, and we hope that your team does well today.
Thank you.
R4 has so many amazing aspects to it. One of it is our leadership. We have a lot of organization that we make everything run smoothly. And well, speak of the devil, when you look at that, it's two of our presidents, Kobe Duell and Micah Holtz. How are you guys doing tonight? You guys look awesome.
Good, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. So, would you mind telling our viewers what you are president of?
Yeah, so I'm Michael Holtz. I'm president of business, and my division sells the product. So we are in charge of coming up with our brand and all of the aspects of selling the products. We come up with prices, and we basically get our brand and product out into the community.
Yeah, yours is one of the largest divisions, right?
Yes, it is.
That is crazy. And you're Kobe Duell?
I'm the president of engineering, and we make the products, and we focus more on the technical side. We look what our customers want, and we talk to them, we sit down with them, we discuss, and then we take those ideas and actually make a physical product.
That is so crazy. And there's one more of you.
We
He's
do,
not here
yeah.
tonight, right?
Yeah, his name is Josiah Kupartz. He's the president of product support, and as the name implies, he supports us.
That's awesome. So what do you do in product support? That's not a term I'm very familiar with.
So product support, they write all the support documentation. So like the engineering notebook is what we would give to engineers if they were going to try and make the product, or just to understand the product more. There's also safety and clean management, so that's just support division.
Yes,
so it supports us.
To support our product ship. That is what we have decided to name our robot this year. So what would you say the hardest part of robotics is? Out of everything, there's so many components, but what is the most challenging?
I would say teamwork.
Teamwork.
Teamwork is very challenging. It's hard to get everybody from their different ages and grades and just to work and collaborate together. It's pretty hard.
Especially with the new COVID situation of having to work online, that's just a hard transition for us as a company to try to get everyone that's not as good with tech to have them join the meetings and all that.
Yes.
Just the communication mainly.
All the variations and that. But what is the most rewarding part of robotics?
A satisfied customer?
A satisfied customer?
The satisfaction of giving the customer what they asked for.
Yeah. So winning?
Yes.
That's so awesome. Well, you boys are both doing amazing, and so is Josiah, even though he's not here. You guys are doing awesome jobs as presidents. And are you excited about this year's competition?
We are very excited.
Yes. I can't wait to see on game day what you guys are going to do and how everything's going to come together, because you guys have both worked so hard. So thank you so much for all of your support and help. All right. Well, thank you so much for all of that. Bye, boys. Yeah, so those were some of our presidents. They are amazing. Everyone in the leadership position has to do so much work, and they are all incredible, sacrificing so much to make this team run as smoothly as possible. So right now, we are going to go to another activity to learn more about what we do here and more fun STEM activities.
Hi, I'm Autumn.
And I'm Megan, and today we are going to make slime.
So what you will need is some glue, shaving cream,
lotion, contact solution, baking soda, foam beads, which are optional, and food coloring or paint, which is also optional.
If you want it to be colorful and prettier, then you want to use either food coloring or paint.
So we already added our glue in. And so now we're just going to go through the steps. So shake your shaving cream. Just really shake it.
Yes.
And just put it in. I'm going to make mine extra fluffy, so I'm adding a little bit more. It's like a mountain of clouds. Then we are going to add just a tad bit of lotion.
Remember, while you're making this, do not eat your slime. It's going to be a very messy process, so ask your parents before you do that. And do not use slime, like do not make it on any uncovered surface, especially wood, because it could ruin it.
And make sure you start with everything that you need. And don't put it on your face. Always ask your parents, clean your mess, wash your hands when you're done, and get a good container.
Yes, definitely wash your hands. That is one of the most important parts.
Now I'm going to stir. Just really stir it. You want it to be well stirred, or it will be like
Weird and not correct. So
I'm just gonna add a little bit more shaving cream.
And be careful with your slime, especially on carpet and wood, because one time slime got spilled on my room carpet, and it's been gross and crunchy ever since, and it looks just awful because it's a green against white carpet. So
yeah, and also don't throw your slime on the roof. I've done that before. It did not end good. So now I'm just gonna add my food coloring in. I'm gonna make it more of a dark green, so I'm gonna add more drops.
Okay, I'm doing a light yellow.
Yeah. So mine's actually ending up like a mint color. I like this.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Makes me think of shamrock shake.
I don't know what that is, but
it is a really yummy thing that McDonald's serves.
I don't like McDonald's. So
McDonald's serves every St. Patrick's Day.
You're gonna keep on stirring it. I think I'm gonna add just a tad bit more lotion and a tad bit more glue. If I can get more glue, you know, I'm just gonna use this other glue container. And
if you take off the lid of it, it's so much better. Unless you want to do just a little amount like she did.
So now I have this. I'm gonna add the activator in, which is contact solution, baking soda, but you can also use borax or there's some other activators.
If you use borax, you want to stir it into hot water. And you're going to just put like a spoonful in it at a time.
Yeah. Don't add too much activator or it will overwork it and just make it really bad.
And hard. Yeah.
I like to add more baking soda just because it gives it a thicker
consistency. Do you like my color? It looks like a yellow cloud.
Yes. It's very nice. Also, when you add the baking soda, it's going to make your color lighter because it's white.
So I'm going to add this.
And the borax doesn't really change it, I don't think. It might, but I'm not sure. I don't really use borax.
I usually use borax at home, so
just keep on going with the flow. Also, don't always think that you're ready, because sometimes it'll end up being really horrible if you think you're ready.
And remember, if you're gonna add lotion, shaving cream makes it puffier and floofier, bigger, and lotion makes it stickier and stretchier.
Yeah.
So if you're adding lotion, don't add very much because it can ruin it, but if you want it more sticky and stretchy, then you can add more lotion, but there's a bigger chance of ruining it. And if you're gonna add lotion, try to do it before you put the activator in.
Yes, do.
Okay, I'm adding my activator now, so can I please have this?
Yes, you may. I think mine's about ready, but let me make sure with my finger. Yep, it was not ready. You see how I made sure? You always have to make sure mine's right.
We are using 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking powder at a time, and like 3 drops of eye solution.
But you'll always end up using more.
Yes.
You're never Unless you're making like one drop of glue, then yeah, probably. So
That's not for you.
if you heard that, that was some food getting delivered. It's some soup away.
Okay, and so as you stir in your activator and keep adding it, don't add too much because that'll make it grainy and hard and nasty. But make sure you add enough so that it's not super sticky and gross.
And you'll know when it's done.
Yeah, because it'll get it'll get harder and harder to stir, and then once it gets hard enough and like it's sticking together enough, then you take it out, like you pour some contact solution on your table, you mix it in.
You also want to put some
make
on
sure
your
that your table is covered. You also want to put some on your hands, yes. And then you want to pour it out onto the table and start mixing it with your hands.
Yeah. Okay, I think mine is actually ready now, so I'm gonna put it on my
Mine
table.
is nearly ready. I think I just need one more.
Spread it out like this. And also make sure to put the lid on everything after you're done.
Yes, so you don't spill it on accident.
Because spills are bad.
It's not very good. Okay.
So I think, yep, mine is ready to be kneaded. A knead is sort of like a massage, if you were wondering. It's when you fold it. Like you're pushing it down, flipping it over, and then pushing it.
You're playing with it, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm ready, but now we are not quite
So
ready
I'm
yet.
almost done. I'm just going to add a little bit more.
Remember,
baking.
always check it to see if it sticks really a lot on your finger before you pour it out onto your table, because that makes it so much easier if you just check it.
So if I make this a darker green and it was more clear, it could be a booger. Those boogers are just really fun to play with. Not like a real booger, but like a fake booger. Never use a real booger in your hands, that is nasty. Okay, no real boogers are involved in this. No boogers allowed.
Unless they're fake ones. Like,
yes. Mine isn't really a booger
it's more like a mixed mush.
consistency. Yeah.
Okay, do you see that? How it's all sticky?
You get a booger consistency if you don't use shaving cream. But shaving cream just makes it feel fluffier.
So mine is ready to knead. And it's having an attitude today, so.
There.
Thank
Fixed.
you. They sometimes have attitudes and you just have to work around their attitudes so you can have a
They
fun.
can be sassy slimes.
Yes, very sassy. I'm naming mine Sassy.
Mine doesn't have a
Well,
name.
Miss Sassykins.
Maybe Frederick. Or Shammy.
Very-
Shammy the
very
Whammy,
sassy.
the Shamrock ice cream slime.
Do you know what a shamrock is?
It's like a clover.
Yes.
So mine is done. What about yours?
Almost. I just have to massage it, and don't forget to massage a little bit.
Yours seems nice. Yours is nicer than mine. Oh, that's cool.
Don't forget to massage a little bit of lotion into it. So
Just
you
like
pour
this.
a little bit of lotion, and then you massage it.
You don't have to use lotion, but that just makes it nicer.
Remember, also, while you're playing with your slime, if it's not done, like you just poured it out of your container to knead it, then put contact solution on your hands to make it a lot easier to deal with.
Yep, well, I'm going to put my slime up and
Okay.
that.
Mine is ready for a little bit of lotion.
And now that I'm done, I'm going to clean up my mess. So
That is a very good idea.
we're done.
Almost.
Yeah, thanks for helping.
And that's how you make the perfect slime. Oh, also, we forgot the
Yeah, that's
slime
optional.
beads.
Bye.
You can put them in your slime and play with them,
Stuff.
I guess. Okay, bye.
Good boogers. Bye.
Kent Nelson. I'm the leader of the SolidWorks committee for the R4 Robotics committee. Anyways, for 3D printing, I'm supposed to give you a introduction to how 3D printing works. So if you want to make something original, you could easily use a CAD program like SolidWorks or Tinkercad or anything like that. Then you would export that to Cura, and then again export that to your 3D printer. Then it should give you, and then it just prints away, and then a few hours later you have something made.
So what are some things that you can make on a 3D printer?
You can make pretty much anything you want to within some limits. So like you can't have any overhanging edges because printers can't 3D print in the air. Then if you want like a very good quality, that's gonna take a lot longer to do than something that doesn't have as good as a quality. So otherwise, you're only limited by the size of your build plate.
Okay. And what are some of the challenges that you have found in 3D printing and designing?
Some things that I have found off the internet that should have auto-created support material on Cura never made the auto supports for some odd reason. Well, that's one of the problems I've had with 3D printing. Another one is just general glitches in how it prints. Like there could easily be air bubbles in the filament that's coming out, or you might not even have the build plate level properly, and that'll just mess up your whole print.
So then there's a lot of troubleshooting you have to learn for the 3D printer. How did you learn all these things?
I learned them mostly either off the internet or from my teammates from the R4 Robotics program.
And are there any classes that you've taken to learn how to do 3D printing?
Yes, I got started with this by taking the R4 creating a winter camp actually for 3D printing.
Very cool. What is your favorite thing about 3D printing?
I just like that I can easily make something and make it physical in like a day or two.
Very cool. Thank you so much for sharing with us about 3D printing, and good luck on the competition.
Thanks.
All right, wow, would you look at that? The game field looks so busy. I hope we are able to talk to some drivers, and would you look at that? It is our president of engineering and our head of robot construction, Kobe Jewell and Matt Holbitz. How are you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. So what are you most nervous about of this year's competition?
Driving.
Driving?
It's not as nervous because we're not in a big stadium, but it's always rattling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's just the constant time and just having to worry about all that stuff is just, and always the robot might break, you never know what's gonna break.
Yeah.
It's just, how do you prepare for that?
Yeah, that's very stressful with the time constraint and the points. But you guys have a strategy. I mean, we're R4.
Yep.
Awesome. Can you tell us about that?
So our main strategy is just to get all the cells in one area and vaccinate them as quickly as we can.
Awesome. Is this with the regular vaccine or the super vaccine?
We have two different parts. We use some with the regular vaccines as well as the super vaccine to cover the majority of the area.
That's awesome. How did you come up with the strategy?
So our first meeting, we made a list of all the point values and we checked them off and just did an overall count of what would get us the most points.
That's so cool. Well, I wish you guys the best of luck. I'm sure you guys are going to do great. Can't wait to see you guys out there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Socially distanced, am I right? Wow, crazy. That was so exciting. Well, we are going to take a quick break to go see another fun activity, and I will see you guys back in a few minutes.
Sorry.
Go ahead, go.
Hello, I'm Autumn. I'm on the exhibit booth committee and the marketing presentation, and I'm going to try out to make a paper airplane. So the first thing, you're going to have it upwards like this, and you're going to fold it like you would with a card. Crease it, then unfold it again, grab the edge, and just fold it to be, so there's like a little line, just put it against the line like this. Then put it down, And do the same for the other side. And then like it would be an envelope, just fold it down. And then crease it again. Then we're gonna get another triangle, but you're not gonna make it up there, you're gonna just put it like here. And you're gonna have this long way triangle. And then on the other side again. Then you got this like triangle thing, and you're gonna fold it down. Then you're gonna flip it this way, and there's like a line there, that's the middle, so you're gonna try to fold it like this. Bring it down, and then you're gonna make the wing, so you're gonna fold it like about halfway down, so this is touching that. Then gonna go the other way, try to make it the exact same length as the other wing. And there. It worked.
Hello, my name is Joe. My role on the team this year is, I'm on the program committee this year. In my spare time, I like to fly drones. I learned how to fly drones at a Be Greater Than Average camp hosted by R4. Cut that out, sorry. Right here we have a drone that we have here in the shop, and I will be kind of showing you how to fly it. So first you turn on. Yeah, I'll just close this. Okay. What you first do is turn on the drone with this power button here. First you turn on the drone and the remote. They will then connect, and then you'll need to move one of these dongles to activate the connection. To make sure that the drone doesn't, is calibrated correctly and doesn't just veer off randomly without your control, you make sure it is as level as possible, and then you click this button here. You can't see it right now, but the lights will be flashing, and when you click it again, it will be calibrated and will hopefully fly as level as possible. So then, when taking off, there are two options. You can click a button here, and it's a little windy out, so this drone isn't the fastest, so it can't handle wind too well. So it's not the best to fly out on a super windy day. You might lose your drone.
What's up? How's it going? That's good.
Welcome back. I hope you have enjoyed this day as much as I have learning about STEM and robotics together. Our competition is about to begin, and there has been so much work poured into this to come to this moment. All of our team members have dedicated so much time and sacrificed so much to make this all happen. Before we go to our competition, I would like to say a quick thanks to our mentors, our sponsors, our coach, and of course, Best Robotics for making this competition available to us even in the midst of a pandemic. We couldn't do this without you, and we just want to say we appreciate you so much for doing this. This has meant so much to me and so many of my other team members, and we just cannot thank you enough. So, thank you. Now, let's head over to our competition.
Okay, that was awesome. We've got R4 Robotics back on the line here, and we are going to jump into the competition. Let's take a look here. R4 Robotics, do we have you? Oh, you're on mute there.
Quote of 2020, you're on mute. we are getting the live stream set up and ready.
Awesome. Okay. All right. I'm going to turn it over to you then.
All right. Awesome. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed our pre-show and you got to enjoy the behind the scenes look at what we've been doing this past 8 weeks of competition. Our drivers are out in the field right now and they have been working hard for many weeks now, practicing driving the robot and figuring out what to do and how to do it. And this program is all student led. So everything that you see has been done by the students. They have had to learn how to build and design and problem solve. And they do have mentors. I'm one of the mentors. But our job is just to kind of guide them and help them, but they do all the work. So when you see that robot out on the field, they are the ones that have built it, have designed it, and are driving it. And so we are super excited for you guys to get to see our robot in action. Do we have
Kaylee's standing by on the Shelley.
All right, so
on the R4 Project Care.
All right, there we go. All right, so you guys enjoy the robot driving. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. We got to get our camera on. This is the nature of doing everything virtual. I'm sure you guys are well aware of how hard it is to do everything in this COVID environment. We have had to move so much of our competition online. Usually we are in person down at NMSU getting to compete. But there it is. Oh, there it was, our game field. There it is. Okay, and you guys, if you notice some Care Bears, don't freak out. The Care Bears are supposed to be there. Those are two of our mentors that had to dress up as Care Bears because as a team, we had a challenge to raise a certain amount of money and we exceeded that challenge. And because of that, they have to dress up as Care Bears for our competition. So we have Mr. Mitch and Mr. Jewel out there as our mascots for the competition. You can, I'm going to hand this over now to our announcers.
Alrighty, thank you very much, and welcome to.
All right, let's turn the audio on here.
Welcome to the beginning.
Yeah.
All right.
Of round 5.
All right, cool. Hi again, I'm Kaylee. I'm over here on our game field where we are licensed with the best robotics in Texas. This is one of our mascots, our Care Bears, because we had a coaches challenge that two of our mentors, they had to dress up as Care Bears. This is Mr. Jewel. I'm sorry. All right, you guys ready? Awesome, let's go.
Let's go, R4! Alrighty, and welcome to round 5 of the R4 Robotics Best Competition. Our driver for right now is Matt Hollitz. His favorite superhero is Batman. But off the robot goes right now in its autonomous mode, meaning that it is moving without any help from the driver himself. And as it is apparent, two people cannot touch the robot at the same time. Oh, it managed to pick up one of the human cells, and then it's being taken over to where the spotter scans it in the virus scanner to see if it is infected. And now the robot is taking it to the isolation zone, which is that little area of PVC. And then the tennis balls are vaccines used to help cure the human cells. Oh, and now the human cells have been taken out of the isolation tower, and the vaccine is placed on top with the other human cell. Now another vaccine is being picked up to be delivered. And now it is being taken over to the second isolation zone, where a human cell is also being picked up. And they are being put into the isolation zone as well. And now that block with the red cross on it is a super vaccine, able to heal any human cell within a 9-block radius. So every human cell within that 9-grid radius is now healed. And now the robot is evenly distributing the human cells in those 9 grids. Yep, there it goes. And now it is heading over to the other human cells located right next to the isolation tower. Picking them up and... Alrighty, and that is the end of round 5. And now, while we wait for the judge to tally up the scores from this round, here I have Josiah, and I am interviewing him and his participation in R4 Robotics. So, Josiah, what exactly do you do on the team?
So I'm the president of product support, and what I do is I oversee a group of 4 committees: engineering notebook, safety, research, and not research and development, best media, and Minecraft. And so within each of those, I have a committee director that I oversee and make sure that they're being able to stay on their deadlines and reaching any and all tasks that they're being able to complete. I also help with the robot construction and also with the spirit. As you can see on the game field, there are several signs in the background, and I help paint and set those up.
Very interesting. Sounds like you have quite the busy job. Is how difficult is it to oversee all those committees?
It can be tiresome sometimes, but it's there's a lot of great rewards and benefits for being able to be in a position of leadership.
Very nice. Tell us, why is your job so important?
Well, as I said, I'm president of product support, but there's also 2 other presidents: president of engineering and president business. It allows us to help divvy up each of the committees so that they can focus more specifically on their tasks. For example, president business oversees all the business committees like marketing presentation, exhibit presentation, finances, marketing, all those things that are focused towards a business aspect. And then president of engineering oversees all the committees designed or focused on the robot. So the creation of the robot, programming, SolidWorks, which is a computer-aided design program that allows us to virtually create our robot and perform tests on it, as well as research and development, where we can look and dive deep into the rules and see what the specifics are.
Well, it sounds like you had quite the busy job, especially setting all of this up in a COVID environment. All right, so thank you very much for coming to this interview and answering the questions. Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. As we wait for the judge to finish tallying up the scores, I am interviewing two other presidents of R4 Robotics. Hello.
Hi.
Alrighty. So, Maddie and Tori, tell me, what are you presidents of, and why is it so? What is it, and why is it so important?
Well, we are actually just leaders. We're not presidents, but we are lead of exhibit presentation and exhibit booth. Tell them what it's about.
So doing exhibit booth, we make the booth, but this year we made the virtual booth,
which is a website.
Yeah, it's just a website. So that's basically what we did. We just showcased our product and our business.
Yeah, we kind of help represent the business side of the company and not just the game field and the product.
I see. And why is this so important to the robotics team as a whole?
I feel it's important because we can showcase everything that we've accomplished and just show not just the other teams, but also other people who see what we're doing. We can show people what we've done and how we have impacted our community.
Also, it's a great way to learn about other things in company and in STEM, because not everything is about programming or building the robot. There's a lot of different ways that we can learn and invest in STEM, and this is a great way to do that as well.
Alrighty. Thank you very much for answering these questions. It has been very enlightening to those watching. And good luck out there today. And thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alrighty. As we wait for the judge to finish up tallying the scores, we will just watch him tally up the scores, I guess. Alrighty. Stay tuned for round 6.
Hey there, Justice. I'm hopping on.
Hello,
Coach
Miss Shelley.
R4. Hey, I just want to say hi to everybody, and I want to emphasize, hopefully our camera is focusing in on our sponsors. We have some sponsor banners that we have. We could not do this without the amazing sponsors, and so I just wanted to give them a plug. So many different organizations. I invite people to we'll be posting more about our sponsors on our Facebook page. And I think we've been zooming in. Our camera went down. I guess I need to go figure out what's going on there. But we couldn't do this without them. This cannot be a community. We're one of the few community-based teams. Most teams are in a school, but we are open to any kids from anywhere in our community. And that really is one of the special parts about our program. I know you've got another person coming in to interview, but I just wanted to hop on and share that with you and everybody that's watching, Justice.
Absolutely. In fact, I have a list here of all the investors that I will name now.
That would be amazing. All right. And in the meantime, I'm going to go check out and figure out why our camera isn't on so that we don't miss that last round.
Hopefully nothing too serious.
Yes, technology, right?
Alrighty. The investors for R4 of 2020 include Affordable Solar, Associated Builders and Contractors, Absolute Property Management, Aero Parts Manufacturing, Albuquerque Bernalillo County Water Utility Authority, Be Greater Than Average LLC, Bohannon Houston, Continental Machining Company, Creative Financial Strategies, Deerholt Auto Care, DSS SolidWorks, Intel, James Construction, Care Coatings, Lemony Media, MathWorks, Mullins Financial, NM Funders Collaborative, Papa Murphy's Pizza, Patsy and Dan Schroeder, and PNM. Thank you, because without you, none of this would have been possible. And it seems that we now have our footage back. Alrighty, this is round 6, our final round, and the driver is Kobe Duell. Alrighty. Seems they're going to be starting very soon, and starting off is the autonomous mode. Alrighty, there it goes to pick up another human cell. Oh, and a successful first pickup. Heading back over to the safe zone. Proceeding to get scanned and given a vaccine as well. And then taken to the isolation square. And now it's moving on to go vaccinate more human cells. And but first it has to go through the tower, which seems to be one of the most dangerous parts of the competition. Definitely don't want to knock that down. Alrighty, it managed to get the human cells from underneath it. Oh, it's going for the top. Placing the vaccine. Oh, it's a close one. Ooh, that was a risky move, but it paid off. Down to the next human cell, taking it to the isolation area. Now it's heading back over to the safe zone with the spotter. First, to lift up the tail apparatus and put another vaccine on it. The spotter can only touch the robot or load things into its claw once the robot driver is no longer holding onto the remote. Alrighty. And now it's heading back over to the spotter to collect the super vaccine. Could be a large amount of points if they do this correctly. And they've done it. Now, let's see what their next move is going to be. Yes, to distribute the human cells around the super vaccine area. Alrighty, there it goes. Another safely distributed cell. Alrighty, there it goes again. Everywhere in that 9-grid radius will be healed thanks to the super vaccine, affecting all of it. Alrighty, there we go. Getting the cells from over there to bring them over. Oh, and it got all 3. Excellent. Alrighty. Oh, knocking that human cell off. Oh, it did it. Alrighty, and that is the end of round 6. Now I have to wait for the judge to examine the field and tally up the points. Stay tuned to see the shocking results. Our apologies, ladies and gentlemen. It seems that our camera is once again experiencing. No, never mind, it's back. Alrighty. And as we wait for the judge to tally up the scores, we have two robot drivers here.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello. So tell me, is it an extremely stressful job being one of the robot drivers?
In my opinion, yes, because it's my first year. But when you're driving, it's not stressful then. I think then I'm cool. Then it's fine.
For me, it's stressful in the sense that if you're a driver, you're one of few of the people who tried out, and so there's stress on you, but you're nervous before you get up to the field, but when you get up to the game field, your nerves disappear, and it's just like when you're practicing.
Alrighty, and besides driving the robot, what else do you guys do for the robotics team?
I am in booth and in marketing and finance. I'm also lead of spirit. Yeah.
I am one of the leaders of the robot construction. I'm in marketing, presentation, SolidWorks. I do believe that is all.
Alrighty, well, it looks like there's some really expert plays out there, and it's nice to know that you guys weren't too nervous during the whole experience.
Yeah.
So do you think you got the results that you hoped for?
No.
No.
Halfway through our rounds, we missed a rule in our rules, and so it changed our whole strategy, and we had to modify our robot, and we got a lot less points than we would have liked to.
Really, and what was that small thing that you needed to add to your robot?
So we had to add some device to knock cells out from underneath the tower.
Oh, I see. So that's what that tail thing was on the back of it.
Yes, that was added in between our two driving lanes.
All right, and Bridget, what was it like being the only girl driver?
It wasn't that bad, honestly. They treated me equally, and it was all good in my opinion.
Well, that's nice to hear. All righty. And all right, thank you both very much for this interview.
Yeah, thank you so much for interviewing us.
All righty, and up next, we have a few new team members and their perspective on the robotics team. They should be showing up in any minute now. Hello.
Hello.
So tell me, so far for being some of the newest people, newest additions to Robotics Team, what has the experience been like?
It's been crazy. When we first joined, it was really confusing because we didn't really know what was happening. But like, I don't know, I guess the advice and like mentoring from the mentors and the people that had already been on the team really helped. And yeah.
Do you think your experiences have been worth it?
Yes, very much.
So do you think that you're willing to come back again next year and do it again?
We're planning on it, yeah.
All righty. So what has been your favorite part of being on the robotics team so far?
Probably watching the drivers drive the robot and getting support for our robotics team.
Alrighty, and what are your guys' specific jobs on the robotics team?
I am on the exhibit booth, so I helped with that this year.
And I'm on the finance team.
Alrighty, and in your opinion, what has been the most difficult part of the robotics team so far?
This year it was just hard, like being online and in person, and then like having to alternate between the two. Like it made things more confusing, I feel like. So.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much for this interview, and we hope to see you again next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Alrighty, hello. How are you two doing?
Good.
3 of you.
Oh, yep.
All right, so tell me a little bit about yourselves.
I'm Joe Montes. I was on MATLAB and Spirit this year for robotics.
Hi, my name is Ben Montes, and I was on exhibit booth in Spirit this year.
Alrighty, and tell us about your experiences on the robotics team this year.
It was
What did you have fun with?
I had fun. Yeah, I had fun learning how to draw a little better with posters and learning how to use MATLAB. I still need a lot of work. I still have a lot to learn, but I'm trying to.
Oh, I had a lot of fun this year because I was able to work on my public speaking skills and have fun with the Spirit team.
Nice. And what has been for you guys? What has been the most enjoyable part of the robotics team?
Being able to come together as a group and collaborate and just learn from each other.
Did you have fun presenting?
A little bit.
Stressful but fun.
Yes.
Public speaking is always a pretty stressful ordeal.
Yeah. But it was fun learning more about it and practicing and stuff.
What was the favorite thing you learned over the team this year? And what was the game field about?
Game field was about
Representation. Go ahead.
Game field was about representation of what nanobots such as ours would be able to do inside the human body with being able to quarantine cells and get the antibiotics to wherever they would be needed, and be able to test them for whether or not they are sick or not.
Very deep story for a game field like that. It was very well done. And in your guys' opinion, what was the hardest part of being on the robotics team?
Your struggles with programming.
I'm still not very good with the program. I still have a lot to learn. So my main struggle would just be learning how to use MATLAB.
I see.
Then.
My biggest struggle was probably learning how to even public speak because it's just not one of my strengths in some ways.
Alrighty. Anything else you want to say before the end of this interview?
Not really. No, sorry.
Alrighty. Thank you very much for allowing me to interview you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you very much. All righty. And now we will have one last interview in just a few minutes here. I will be interviewing the judge of this robotics competition, his experience of being a judge, and what it takes to get other parents involved. All righty. I'm here interviewing one of the judges, a volunteer from Intel. Hello there.
Hi.
All righty. So please tell me, how did you get involved in judging for Best Robotics?
Oh boy. Short story would be my daughter has been involved in Best Robotics in previous years and continue to take an active interest in this team. And I was asked and honored to become a volunteer judge.
And what has the experience been like for you?
Well, pretty exciting because I haven't been here during the prep time, all the build out and the figuring it out. So getting to be on the field as they are competing is exciting because you just see the finished work of all the hard work they did to build up to that.
And do you think it's been a worthwhile experience for you?
Oh, absolutely. What a great way to spend my afternoon. Getting to see the performance and the teamwork and the kids just coming together. It's been fantastic. And they have a great team with a lot of energy. And so that just creates energy for me as I was judging.
And what's your advice on adults who want to get involved in Best Robotics?
Great question. I would say don't be scared. Volunteering, you can start in nice and easy, get your feet wet. There's always something that can be done to help out the team. Doesn't have to be a big commitment, but you may find that you really love to be a part of it and you want to be even more involved, and there's opportunities for that as well.
All righty. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye.
Awesome. That was so fantastic. Thank you so much, R4 Robotics. Kaylee, do you have any final words or thoughts for our guests today?
Well, if you are wanting to get involved with us or our team, you could check out our for-profit organization, Be Greater Average, where we offer classes. I do believe we'll be offering some classes over winter break on 3D printing, robotics, and other things like that, all online. And if you have an interest in STEM, just pursue it. Like, there's always something to learn. And the best thing about this competition is you don't have to be super math or tech savvy. Like, I am not by any means, but I'm able to still participate and improve public speaking skills and still invest in STEM. So
if you're curious, just go for it. I guess that would be my advice.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and on that, what's so great about this program and about this entire festival is we're trying to emphasize the point that you don't have to leave New Mexico to study STEM, learn STEM, or work in STEM. And R4 Robotics is a great way for a lot of our students to get involved early on and start laying some of these really important cornerstones and foundation blocks for an incredible, incredible life and contribution here in New Mexico.
Absolutely. There's so many opportunities in New Mexico that I wouldn't have known about without this competition. Like, it is incredible how much stuff is being done here. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, great. Well, again, thanks so much for coming on the program today. I know that I got a kick out of it personally, and I'm sure a lot of our students and our teachers got a kick out of this whole program. So thank you so much again.
All right. Thank you so much for having this. It has been a blast.
All right. You stay safe. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
I do want to give a shout out real quick as we wrap up today to all of our wonderful sponsors here. I hope you can see that screen. I obviously had a little bit of trouble in the beginning there with all my different screens, but I think this should be up on the screen. So that big thank you to all of our sponsors. Without these folks, what you're watching here for Discovery Festival would not be possible. So thank you so much. Honeywell, again, they're coming on this coming Tuesday, so be sure to watch that. We have Fidelity Investments, Aztec Machine and Repair, Air Force Research Laboratories, and then our 4 sponsors there on the bottom left: Defense Threat Reduction Agency, Micronet Solutions, Presbyterian Health, and Sandia National Laboratories. Thank you all so much for your sponsorship and your advocacy now during this time of COVID-19. Without further ado, I keep wanting to say further ado, but I guess the program's wrapping up now. But again, thank you so much for everybody who watched today, and we will see you next week. Stay healthy and stay safe. Take care.